All right, welcome everybody to episode 47 of Can We Make Impact Wrestling the best wrestling promotion in Total Extreme Wrestling 2013? My name is the Mayor, Jason Smith, and welcome. Today we will be discussing TNA's pay-per-view for April 2008, Lockdown, and every match in the Lockdown pay-per-views takes place inside a steel cage. Also, we are 6 days away from our next TV taping, and we will continue at said TV taping our beautiful and much better looking than last time X Division Championship Tournament. You can see we have moved on to the second round. Cody Rhodes will take on Flip Gordon. Consequences Creed, a.k.a. Xavier Woods, will meet Will Ospreay, TJP, and Adam Page. And Ricochet will meet Adam Cole, baby. We're going to go ahead and move on, and we'll talk about Lockdown 08. The first match on the card would feature Jay Lethal defending the TNA X Division Championship against Consequences Creed, Curry Man, Johnny Devine, Shark Boy, and Sanjay Dutt in a TNA X-Scape match. So, 6 competitors start until 4 are eliminated by pinfall or submission. The 2 remaining wrestlers then need to escape the cage. The first one to do so is the winner of the X-Scape match. So this is a 10-minute match. Sanjay Dutt would be the first to go. Johnny Devine would eliminate him. Shark Boy was next, and when Consequences Creed eliminated him. Consequences Creed would then be eliminated by Curry Man, a.k.a. Chris Daniels. And then Curry Man would be eliminated by Johnny Devine via pinfall. Devine and Jay Lethal were the last 2. Jay Lethal escaped the cage and retained his TNA X Division Championship. Next up was the Queen of the Cage match for the number 1 contender spot for the TNA Women's Knockout Championship. Participants were Angelina Love, Christy Hemme, Jackie Moore, Raka Khan, Roxy Laveau, Tracy Brooks, Velvet Sky, and Salinas. In the match, participants fought on the outside of the ring to climb into the cage. The first 2 had a standard one-on-one match in the cage. Pinfall or submission was the way to do it. Roxy Laveau and Angelina Love were the first to enter the cage. Laveau would get the pinfall and become the Queen of the Cage and then the number 1 contender to the Women's Knockout Championship. In game, what do we got going on? That's an excellent question. Doesn't look like much. Tonga Fafita, Haku, has opened a dojo. Good for him. That's awesome. AAA fired Sherry Diva, Maraville, Rockin' Rebel retires, Takaku Fuke retires, Bracito de Oro, Akira, of course Tonga Fafita, Raven's still going strong though, and a couple of shows. So nothing much happening. Got an email though. WWE has altered the terms of their offer to Asuka, aka Kana, to $27,450. Question is, do we want to match that or beat it? I think I really want Asuka in my promotion, and I'm willing to go 4 years at $30 a month. That's as high as I'm probably gonna go, and hopefully that works. Alright, so we'll move on. We'll get back to talking about Lockdown 2008. Next match. It would be Road Dogg versus Billy Gunn in a straight-up one-on-one steel cage match. And Road Dogg would end up winning via a quick little roll-up pin about 8 minutes in. Next up would be a 6-team cuffed in the cage match. So you had the team of Black Rain and Relic, Goldust and Relic, a.k.a. Johnny the Bull, Kaz and Super Eric, LAX, Motor City Machine Guns, Petey Williams and Scott Steiner, and the Rock and Rave Infection, Jimmy Rave and Lance Hoyt. So in order to get ahead in this match, you had to handcuff someone to the cage until there was only one of you left. So Kaz basically started solo when Eric Young got beat up. He would then go back to the back, get into his Super Eric gimmick, and he would then eliminate essentially the Rock and Rave infection by cuffing both Jimmy Rave and Lance Hoyt to the cage. He then got Black Rain to cuff Relic, and then he cuffed Relic himself, and then he and Kaz would win the cuffed in the cage match. Stupid ass gimmick. I didn't like this match at all. It was dumb. It was really, really dumb. And a lot of these teams in this match deserved a hell of a lot better than what they got. Let's see. News. Not much other than Curtis Axel getting a contract offer. Leva Bates looking to stay with WSU. Antonio Inoki has retired and low-key won the AEW World Championship last night. That's weird. All right. Continuing on. And we continue on. Gail Kim, ODB, Awesome Kong, Rashida Saeed, 6 Sides of Steel tag team cage match. So it's Gail Kim and ODB versus Awesome Kong and Rashida Saeed. Kong went to hit a back fist on ODB and instead hit Rashida Saeed, and then ODB would hit the splash from the top turnbuckle to win the match for Gail Kim and ODB. That's about it. My dogs are insane. I don't know what their deal is. All right. Next, 6 Sides of Steel Intergender Tag Team Cage Match. Booker T and Sharmell against Bobby Roode and Peyton Banks. Continuing this storyline. And, I mean, it was what it was. Sharmell pinned Peyton Banks to win the match. Not much really to say about it. Lethal Lockdown match was next. No DQ. Weapons are legal. One wrestler from each team starts the match, and then members enter at intervals until everybody's in. Then once everybody's in, then you can win by pinfall or submission. So think of it like a War Games match, but with one 6-sided ring and a cage around that. So on one team you had Christian Cage, Matt Morgan making his pay-per-view debut, Kevin Nash, Rhino, and Sting. On the other side, you had Tyson Tomko, AJ Styles, James Storm, and the Dudleys. Really great match, 25 minutes. Cage and AJ started the match, and then Bully Ray, then Rhino, then Storm, then Nash, then Devon, then Matt Morgan, then Tomko, and then finally Sting entered in. So the roof covered in weapons for the cage was lowered down. Cage set up a table on the roof of the cage. He and AJ were fighting on top of a ladder at one point. James Storm pushed the ladder over. Rhino tackled, and I think he hit a gore on James Storm to win the match for Christian Cage's team. All right, emails and decisions. I like the sound of that. Let's see here. Mistress Belmont is retiring. John Moore passed away at the age of 46. I don't remember what he was in. He had no employment records found. Okay. MPW finished up their tour. ASW UK is getting set to tour. Angelico looks like he's going to stay with AEW. Dave Walker, Kyoko Kimura getting ready to retire. The Warlords are retiring. And who have we signed? Caden Sade. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. But he's got a developmental deal. We're going to send him to 5SW. Jeff Jarrett is able to work in a new game area, same as Lance Storm. Not that I care about either one of those, except for Lance, because Lance is a road agent. Moving on. Main event. 6 Sides of Steel. Cage match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Kurt Angle would take on Samoa Joe. Kurt Angle, the reigning champion, coming into this one. There was a stipulation that if Joe lost, he would have to retire, so you kind of knew where this one was going. Pretty good match, though, actually. A lot of submission holds, obviously, between Angle and Joe. They know quite a bit of them. Joe would hit the Boston Crab and then switch to an STF that Angle countered into an ankle lock. And then Joe would break the hold. Angle would hit the Olympic Slam. Joe would put the Coquina Clutch on. Angle would grab the bottom rope. Joe then lifted up Angle and hit the Muscle Buster and got the pinfall victory to become TNA World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. So that is Lockdown 2008. Probably a... Hell, I don't know. Probably a 6.5, 7.5 out of 10. For the pay-per-view as a whole. The Lethal Lockdown match, great match. The X-Escape match was pretty good. I don't even know, the handcuff match, probably one of the dumber gimmicks I've ever seen. I mean, it is what it is, though. What are you gonna do? All right, let's see what we got here. El Pantera out of IWRG. Sanjay Dutt out of the limelight. Hartley Jackson, forgotten? I don't even know who he is. I don't think. I probably do. Alright, so not really much going on news-wise that pertains to us. And so we'll move on. We've got 2 more days. And tomorrow's episode number 48, you get the infamous Numbers Don't Lie promo from Scott Steiner. I love this promo so much. And was it 08 or was it 09? No, it was 08, wasn't it? Either way, it's still a great promo. I don't remember which one. I want to say it was 08 though. I might have to look that up. Let me see here. When was the Numbers Don't Lie promo? Sacrifice 2008. Yeah, I was right. In your face. Take that. Good old Numbers Don't Lie pay-per-view. So the Numbers Don't Lie pay-per-view or promo, if you've never seen it, we'll play it in tomorrow's episode. It aired on an episode of TNA Impact, and it was one of the least coherent Scott Steiner promos I've ever heard. Mostly because, I mean, Scott's usually pretty incoherent. Please don't kick my ass, Scott. The promos are just wild, man. He just gets up there and just goes without much thought, which is great sometimes. But then you get the pipe bomb promo he did in WCW with the WCW Sucks promo towards the end of WCW's run. That one was fantastic. This one was just comical because I didn't know, by the end of it, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And if he was supposed to do that like that, he was perfect. It was spot on. But I'll be damned if I knew what the hell he was talking about. But we'll play it on tomorrow's episode. The weird thing about it is that promo that aired on TNA Impact promoted a triple threat match with Scott Steiner, Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle. But then Kurt was actually pulled from the Sacrifice pay-per-view and the day of the show. And so they had to replace him with somebody, and they went with Kaz, Frankie Kazarian, as kind of a slip in there. And I mean, Kurt Angle was not a secondary piece. I wouldn't call him that, but I mean, he wasn't the champion going in, and he probably wasn't going to win it. So there's that. You also would see Hector Guerrero make a return to TNA pay per view. Who else? Who else? Who else? Hector Guerrero would actually show up twice on this pay per view. But no, I don't believe there were any debuts other than that. I don't think. Alright, anyway, moving on. Got off on another tangent, as I am wont to do. Juice Robinson signed with Evolve. Cool. Evolve making some moves. Good for them. Okay. Tomorrow night, Impact Wrestling. We've got 3 matches already booked on our card for our next pay-per-view. We have Billy Kay, Kairi Sane, Seth Rollins versus Kenny Omega, Violent Conduct versus the Bucks. Those are all championship matches. Zach Gowen. Never had an opportunity to work with him, although I have heard Zach is phenomenal to work with. I would love to work with him. All right, so we know 4 matches that we have set to go for our TV taping. I don't really see much of anything going on there, but we have landed Asuka Kana, as she's known in other circles. So we'll go ahead and get this rolling here. All right. U.S. Cellular Coliseum. So we'll start with our tournament matchups. We'll go Cody. Where are you, Cody? There you are. Versus Flip. We'll keep these ones short. Man, my nose itches so bad. So we've got Cody and Flip. We have Consequences Creed, Xavier Woods, and Will Ospreay. Come on. There we go. Alright, we've got Adam Page and TJP. Oops. Wonder if TJP would let me put Adam Page over on him. Nope. Damn it. It was worth a shot. Oh well. Okay, and Ricochet and Adam Cole, baby. Alright. So there's our 4 matchups. All nice and neat, presented and ready to go. And we've got 4 competitors that are out of this tournament that we can put together on a team and start backfilling this show a little bit. We've got Zach Gibson. We've got both Coffees. And we've got Mark Haskins. And we will pair them against... Let's go Bobby Fish, Jake Hager. Mox doesn't have a match yet, so we'll go John Moxley and Sami Callihan. That's dangerous right there. All right. Next, we'll do a straight one-on-one matchup. Bray Wyatt and Johnny Impact. That'll probably main event for us, which means I don't want to work the crowd. I want to go all out. There we go. Yes, I know he is. All right, 30 minutes left. So we'll finish off these upper mid-card talents here. Definitely want to get Kofi and Seth in a match. My dogs are going to be the death of me today. Whenever I'm home alone right now, everybody's out doing their music thing, their band thing, and so they get very, very protective for some reason. It doesn't matter who's home alone, if it's me or if it's Ash. Any little movement, any noise, any sound, anything, and they will just lose their damn minds. Just lose them. It's craziness. I don't get it. All right, 15 minutes left. We have, I believe, 4 guys left. We do. So we'll put Marty. We'll put Marty and Rich on a team, and Eli Drake and EC3 on a team. We'll just kind of slap this together for that last 15 minutes. Make sure we get all our top guys on the show. There we go. Okay. Let's run it. Marty Scurll, Rich Swann, Eli Drake, EC3. That gets us a B- rating to start the show. Pretty good. Get a B out of Cody and Flip, with Cody picking up the pinfall victory. There we go. Get back to the game here. Adam Cole beats Ricochet by submission. Wow, alright. Well, there you go. Adam Cole, baby. B rating out of that match. We get a B- out of Consequences Creed and Will Ospreay, with Xavier Woods getting the pinfall win. Cool. This is coming together. And these matches weren't bad either. B- out of Adam Page and TJP, with TJP getting the win by submission. So there you go. There's our semifinals. I can't type today. Our semifinals: Cody Rhodes against Consequences Creed, TJP, and Adam Cole on the other side. B- out of our 8-man tag. The upper mid-card guys picked up the win. No shock there. And a B+ from Kofi and Seth. Great matchup between those two. And a B out of Bray Wyatt and Johnny Impact. So we get a B rating on the show overall. Increased our popularity in 11 regions. So we'll check our ratings. And we'll get going here. I think if there's no title contenders in that 8-man tag, I may put that on the card. I might. Okay. Unread emails waiting. Dick Justice. Impact Wrestling was excellent in front of 8,000 fans at U.S. Cellular Coliseum. None of these guys are in a title match, so we're going to piece this thing together. So it was Fish, Hager, Mox and Callahan against the Coffees, Gibson, and Haskins. Cool. So that worked out pretty well for us. Did a 3.13 up from 3.09 on Pop. So, sweet. Good stuff. And we took a $704,000 loss in June. Not as bad as May or April. That's actually the lowest amount we've lost since February. So we're still losing money, but we didn't lose as much. Probably because I didn't sign as many people. I made a conscious effort to try to not sign anybody, and we saw how that worked out. But I think in July, unless somebody on our wish list, our short list, shows up to become a free agent, I think we're going to stay away. So we can cut Kana from our short list because we've got her signed. So if any of these guys become available, then we'll make a run. But if not, I think we'll hold off. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned because tomorrow we're going to watch the Numbers Don't Lie promo, and we're going to talk TNA Sacrifice 2008. My name is the Mayor, Jason Smith. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Be excellent to each other.